Alright everybody, hey, we are in Texas at the Stampede of Speed, and we're in the staging lanes getting ready to make our first qualifier. They're just putting the cover back on because they're sampling some fuel in the staging lanes, which is good to see that they're checking up on people, making sure we're being honest. So they just did a fuel dip, and we're going to get ready to go. So funny cars are running right now. Warm-up went well. Everything today went as it should.
What up?
And here we are. So we're ready to go.
Look at that.
Q1 there, motor wasn't really happy, and I'll show you the damage real quick. Nothing too big, the bottom end was fine, but nipped the head gasket, I think most likely from a head stud pulling. So we got it all fixed, and we're ready out here to go to the second one, but here's the damage. So as you can see, there's the head gasket. Leaked out some fire. That head gasket didn't hurt the block much, really not at all. The block's still in the car, but that's the damage to the cylinder head. We'll get that welded up, and they'll be able to repair that cylinder head, and they'll be back out here again. That's what happened to us on Q1. All right, everybody, we are in the staging lanes for Q2 this evening, Friday night. Q1 didn't go stellar, put a hole out, broke the bowler belt. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. We ran a 388 at 280 miles an hour, so it was done probably just after half track and coasting the rest of the way. Anywho, tonight we'll set the field, at least the top half of the field. I mean, these are going to be the best conditions of the weekend, so number one qualifier will come in this Q2 effort. I don't think we're swinging for the fences to try to do number one qualifier. I think we just want to improve on what we did and get a nice A to B pass, and maybe try to get in the top half of the field so that we can be better poised for Sunday. Maybe a little bit better than that, but that's what we're looking at doing. It's a really nice evening. The temperature's getting better, so they should really get some fast times tonight. Paul Lee just blew up on the track, so we've got a pretty big delay here. Feel kind of rough for him. He's had some pretty big bangers here lately, but that's racing. So service went well. I guess it's all, torching ahead gasket. That's just part of top fuel. So we'll go up here and see if we can't go A to B with some steam.
For the fans, that's for sure.
Check out the play, NHRA instant replay. Absolutely. Even the reaction time, 0:49.
everybody. It is Saturday morning, day 2 qualifier here in Texas. Anyway, second run yesterday went pretty good, 374. The engine came back a little unhappy. Same block stations and stuff, but I'll explain a little bit what's going on. But anyways, we ran 374 at 335, which was pretty quick, but it still only puts us at 11th. There's some pretty big swing going on, but anyways, I'll show you a couple things. The engine, we got racking it this morning, waiting for it to get stacked up here when we get a head gasket call for Q3. But pistons are in, lifters and oils are in, and we cover these up while we wait for the heads.
Honestly, probably this run.
Put some engine covers on it, keep it somewhat clean while we wait for the head gasket call, so we put heads on this thing. Oil pans up, all that good stuff. Anyways, day 2 down here in Texas. Hopefully, I wouldn't expect the qualifying order to change much now. I mean, maybe the back few spots, but the first 6, 7 spots, the best conditions we're going to have this weekend were last night. So I wouldn't expect that to change. So anyways, we'll go out here and see if we can do a couple A to B good passes and keep getting this thing a little bit happier. I'll show you a couple bearings from last night. So here are number 4 and number 5 main bearing. This is number 4 lower and number 5. That's from heat. Anyways, we was able to polish the crankshaft back up, be just fine. And number 1 and 2 and 3 rods were looking pretty much like these main bearings. So it's just a little angry, and I just got to sort that out of why it's a little bit angry. But it made it down through there without really hurting itself too bad, so that's good. Okay, so the gas question that we were asked. So we fire the car up on 87 octane gas from this bottle right here. So we don't have a separate tank. There is no separate tank on these things, or anyways. So in the center, you'll squirt this down the throttle blade in the very center of the hat, a couple ounces, 3 ounces or so. And then when we fire the car up, he'll just keep squirting it for a little while until the fuel pump picks the nitro up, and immediately we go over to nitro. So it's really quick. It only runs on gas for 10 seconds maybe. And so we'll use about less than a third of this bottle to do that, or right about a third of this bottle to do that. And then we roll right to nitro. It doesn't have to have too much heat in it or anything like that for the nitro to light, because there's really very little compression in these. And so, and then it fires off and they do the setup and tune up, and that's it. But there you go, 87 octane out of a squirt bottle. All right, it is Sunday morning, race day. We're warmed up, ready to go. Making a little wing adjustment before we go up here for first round. I think we got Brittany and her crew chief, David Grubnick. I think they were 6th and we were 11th in qualifying. So we'll go up there and see how this first round goes and see if we can't go a few today. Okay, out in the shop tonight, I got a few things to cut out on the water jet here after work this evening. But thought I'd do a little recap of the weekend in Texas. Had a great time, had a lot of fun with the guys, as always. Didn't quite race the way I would like to. We went out first round, tore the tires loose against Brittany, and she went down through there and we didn't. But that's racing. If it was easy, everybody'd do it. But other than that, I mean, good weekend. Car stayed together real well. We didn't have any blow-ups on our side. which is good. We didn't ruin a bunch of parts. The same bullet stayed in all weekend, which is not an everyday occurrence for us, for any race team for that matter, but that was great. We'll be in Las Vegas here in a couple weeks. Got a couple weeks at home here. Got to catch up on work and homework, but love the opportunity that I was presented with Rick Ware Racing. I was able to get back out there on Tony's car. It's a good time. What else? One of the questions that I was asked on the last video was what the stroke was of the comp eliminator motor I showed at the end. I think it's 3440 or 3460, something like that. It's a 477 cubic inch motor. It's basically a pro stock that's been shrunk just a little bit. But that shorter stroke's what you need to go that kind of RPM. Nick Ferry, who I work with at Westside Machine, he leads up any of those kind of motors that we do. He's got loads of experience in pro stock and comp eliminator, and that high winded, naturally aspirated stuff is his wheelhouse. And I get to go along for the ride and dyno them and help assemble, and he does a lot of the design work if we're building one from scratch. Because we do a lot of small blocks in that comp eliminator class as well. Anyways, I better get to cutting here on the water jet. Hope everybody has a good couple weeks, and we'll do another video in Las Vegas and film as much as I can and as much as I have time for. Like as always, if you got questions or you want something answered, or you want something talked about or filmed, just put it in the comments and I'll get back to it. Just like with the 87 octane fuel, or any questions you guys got that I can't answer or I have knowledge about or I can get the knowledge about, I'm happy to do so. So thanks again, like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Bye.